presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Al in Tampa. Hey, Al, what's going on?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, if your listeners don't get the gold report, they're missing out. I mean, with your gold report, you just printing money. I love it.
You're my best ad out there, Al. Let's go to Jeff in New Jersey. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Great. Hey, listen, I was calling to thank you. A few weeks ago, you were prompting on your show to fill out that $10,000 grant.
Yes.
So I filled it out, and just a couple days ago, I found $1,000 in my business checking account.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
And I owe it to you, because if it wasn't for your prompting, I would have just assumed, no way I would have gotten anything. So I wanted to thank you.
No, we appreciate you growling a problem with us here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We got 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great week, folks. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change that agreement and create new ones. Use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 32, Nasdaq's off 73, S&P's down 12. Gold contract down $8.40, trading at $17.63 an ounce. We got silver down 20. So gold is up $8.40 at $17.63. Silver is up 29 cents at $21.41. Light sweet crude up $1.18, $78.42 a barrel. Notes, excuse me, folks. Notes and bonds. 10-year note down 8 ticks, trading 112.21. The 30-year is down 22 at 126.23, and you get the 10-year right now 3.75. That's the yield on the 10-year. And King Dollar. King Dollar's up 166 ticks, trading 106.847. The euro is at 103. The yen is at 138.72, and the British pound is at 119 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, bottom line, we take a look at this out here. You get a pullback, and it's light volume again. Yesterday we did 68 million shares. Doesn't even look to me like we're going to do 68 million shares. So we're going to have some divergence out here. And the divergence specifically is that the S&P, looks to me like it wants to bounce, okay? And the NASDAQ doesn't. That's the bottom line. When you come down with this much light volume, it's like, okay, man, we'll see how this shakes out. But I suspect, I'm going with the NASDAQ that we're going to go lower. And the reason, folks, it has to do with more than just the NASDAQ. I'll show you what's happening here. So when you take a look at the S&P is saying that, hey, man, you're coming back with way too much volume, little light volume, and that should go higher. That being said, though, the NQs aren't. The NQs, right now, we get 29 million shares. We'll end up doing like 50 million. Yesterday, we did 38 million. You're coming into the swing point. Now, the swing point has 55. We're not going to do more than that, but we are in the lower range. Once you get in the lower range, it's like this game is on here. And the lower range inside the Q started at 284. You can see we're already 4 points into it. And, the bottom of this range actually is 259. But my take is we're not going there. I think we're going to fill the gap. And that'll get people nervous enough. Trust me. You fill that gap down there at that 268.56 to be like, okay, man, are you going to blow this thing out, meaning on the way down? Because what does happen is that as you get accelerations on the way down, the first couple of days can be slow, and then all of a sudden it blows it out. Gold. We take a look at the gold contract out here. Gold contract went to higher price out here today. The volume's fine. This is where we're rolling the contracts. And we look at this volume, the volume looks fine. Now, this is when you roll contracts like this, folks, what you want to wrap your head around a bit is that yesterday we go down with 129,000 contracts. Today up with 122. So what I do there is then I go to the GLD and say, talk to me, man, because the bottom line is that that's the correlation, okay? And we go to the GLD, what you're going to see is that we did 2.1 million shares, which is light volume extraordinaire. Yesterday, we went down with 4 million. This looks to me like it's setting up a small ABC down, which that's kind of where I'm at. And the reason I'm at that is twofold. The first part of that is that we had a great run off the lows. I mean, the GLD went from 150, let's see, on how many days? 150 November 3rd up to 166, okay? So you went up $16, you went up 10%, and basically 3, 6, and 10 days, right? So that means, that just says, okay, it's time for a pullback. The way this is set up right now, you get plenty of, the first leg, let me take this, go through this way. So the first leg, the beginning of one gap is 161.80, no, 161.51. I suspect it's going to get into that gap. And maybe we hold. Maybe we hold where that strength is at the 159, And here it comes. And it's all about this dollar. This dollar looks to me like this baby wants higher price. This is a nice little setup. I mean, you come down, you're hard and fast on the way down. We made a low. The first low that we made out there was November 15th. That went down to the 107, 105.34. Did a small bounce. Then we got to the 105.32, a rejected lower price, which makes sense. I mean, because you get, when we look over this side, you're going to see this is where the strength was. That was strength from July 5th. Okay, big bar. You look at that big bar, you tested it. This is kind of like a classic technical analysis setup. Then you go higher. Well, when you go higher, the first place you got to go is the 0.382, and we'll see if that's where it's going to go. If you go to that 0.382, we'll see whether it goes to a 0.50, and I suspect what we're going to have here, no matter how many times it seems that Powell is telling us what is going on, meaning that the market keeps wanting to go higher, and the Fed keeps saying, hey, we're going to go longer for higher for longer. So, hey, we'll see where this shakes out. Powell's talking tomorrow, and, hey, we'll see where it's at. I expect that what we do have is this. There's not going to be another 0.75. There's going to be a 5.0 in December, probably a 5.0 in January. But the kicker here is not going up 5.0, 0.5% twice. The kicker is that the economy already is basically, slowing down. If you want to see something that's really wild, check this out, man. I saw this come up this morning, and this says it all. And we're going to get into this as soon as we come back. So the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac mortgages in certain cities just went over $1 million, folks, okay? Can you check it out? So you get $1 million Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac for single families. For everyone, the limit now is up to 726. So this could be all. We could talk about this for a whole hour. I mean, that means it's 726 FHA. That means you can get into a $726,000 house for $14,000. Closing costs will probably be $24,000, but you make them pay the closing costs. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kakestat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kakestat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today, and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now trading down 34. You get the Nasdaq off 68, S&P's off 11. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding show here every trading day, 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. Also, it's a great newsletter, The Opening Call. Now, it's very easy to get Basil's Opening Call, folks. Come over to our website at TFNN, hit newsletters. You're going to see it right on the left-hand side, right in the middle. You can get the opening call for 1 month for $149. You can get it for 6 months for $695, which is a savings of $199 or 22%. And you get it for 1 year for $1195, which saves you $593 or 33%. Now, they all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, folks, okay? So you can go over there, check it out, get a great newsletter for the month. Basil has approximately 10 to 12 great archives, learning archives, just like going to a university, so you can really understand how Basil looks at the market and how you ride that wave. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Yourself?
Very good. Thank you. Have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was so much fun. Yeah, it was. And we know this is the only day, folks, that the week that we take 1 day off, so everyone has 4 days off. And that is heaven, because in our business, we never get that. So, yeah, that was cool.
That's right.
No doubt.
And also, it's nice to, this is one of the first times in decades that we had it at my house.
Oh.
And we actually have leftovers. You know, when you go out, it's great, except you never get leftovers. So
and it's so worth it. You know, I go through that myself. Sometimes you go out, folks, and it's great. You don't have to clean up. You don't have to make it, and because the cleanup is harder than making it. You know, but we cooked too, and I'm glad we did. It was awesome. It was amazing. Yeah, right.
Nice. So looking at the Dow, this is very interesting. So the Dow, as I've been mentioning for, I guess, months now, is that my contention was that the Dow 30 is not the Dow Industrials anymore. It's Dow 30, and it's a real good mix. And it's a real good mix for this particular economy as it stands right now. So the Dow has been leading. So we've been long the Dow since the day after the low in October. And we've added to that with 3 times long. Now we've taken quite a little bit off in small, tiny chunks as part of money management. And I didn't want to change that. But what I did on yesterday, Tuesday, it feels like more than 2 days.
It does.
Yesterday morning before the opening, we went long the 3 times short the S&P. So the only reason I did that was I wanted to keep core positions. We don't have any shorts. That's the only short that we have. And my thinking was the Dow's the strongest. The S&P is weaker than the Dow. The QQQ is much weaker. But there's a lot going on in the queue, so I thought the S&P, even if it's just a trade, that's what I wanted. And one of the reasons is this. You can see in this Dow chart on the left, on the left is the daily, in the middle is the weekly, and on the right is the monthly chart. If you go backwards, the monthly chart has finally broken the trend line that's been resistance for a long time. So it's the first time in 2022 that I can get a strong leg A to the upside, but I haven't got any real buy signal or buy modes in the monthly. It's just a really good candle. There's a lot that has to happen. The MACD has to cross positive. It's going to take a lot to do that. On balance volume is good, but the stochastic is running, but it's still only at 28%. Then if I go to the weekly chart, there's a technique that I use called Chapman Inside Track, repellent or propellant. It was a repellent zone right here, this green and red little mini channel. And finally, we broke above it. And for 3 weeks, going to Friday's close, it was nicely above the downtrend line. And the 9-period moving average is sharply above the 14. That to me is really positive with the MACD strong, stochastic holding steady at 89%. But in the near term, the Dow looked to me like it's a little bit toppy. Still, the 9-period moving average is good above the 14. MACD just turned down. Stochastic still strong at 89%. But my thinking is we could have a digestive phase, and we could start to pull back. And really, we're at 33,829. Between 33,600 and 33,300, that's going to be key support. If we take that out, it means we're going to be in for a little bit longer of what I call a digestive phase. But now the interesting thing is this. If you look at the S&P itself, the S&P made this almost like a double top at 4,028, touching the 200-period moving average in the daily chart. And then it pulled back to the 9-period moving average. And then it ran up and for right here at this what I call peak G/C at 4,034, it's stalled and it's pulled back. If you look at the MACD started to turn down. The stochastic's still good at 89%, but I'm thinking that there are levels to watch, and I'm making it as simple as possible. If the S&P, the low today is 39,037.65. If we start to get below 39.33, then there's a real good chance that this is going to last a little bit longer than just a brief timeout. It could get a little bit deeper. So I'm looking at this purely technically. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll see that in the weekly chart, you've gone from this trend line resistance that I call the inside track repellent zone, and all of the last 3 weeks while the Dow was breaking out, this couldn't go above it. So I'm suggesting that there's been a huge move up, just as you were talking about gold a little while ago, saying that was a fabulous move. You usually expect some kind of a digestive phase. Doesn't mean to say you have to short, just a digestive phase. In this particular case, I am shorting because there were so many stocks that I looked at that made exact double tops. I mean, even a stock like a Raytheon, which is, in the defense area, you usually find that defense just keeps going up no matter what happens. But look at this. 98.02 back at the beginning of November. It pulls back to the 92 level, and then it pushes up. And then what does it do? For 3 days now, it hasn't broken out above the 98.02 level. Even today, with good news about Raytheon, because I think it's Finland that they're going to give some military help to. So we're looking at 98 round number yesterday, and today's 97, 91. I just love that these resistance points, they're very subtle, but until the market or what you're following actually breaks out above it to turn a resistance level into a support level, I just take it that it's really it looks like churning in the sense that money's going in, but it really isn't pushing the price higher. So there's so many stocks, even if you look at a Goldman Sachs, the 389.58 on the November the 15th pulls back, and in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 6 days, what does it do? It rallies back, and it can only get to 389.44. So either all of these are ready for some spectacular move breakout to the upside. My thinking is we're in for we've started a digestive phase, and I think I'll be speaking to you for about 4 weeks saying I think that we're starting to get a little choppy in the sense that the upside's getting a little bit more difficult, but you've got just one leadership, and that's the Dow, and that's been breaking out, but the other indices haven't. And it's even the same in oil. Look at this, ExxonMobil. I'll do more of this in my show tomorrow. I'll show some of these amazing double tops, triple tops. Look at this. Exxon screams from down in the 30 area 2 years ago, rallies all the way to 114.65 peak D, and then for 3 weeks, it's almost 4 weeks, it hasn't been able to break by 1 penny the 114.66 high that was made. It's very fascinating. So I think we're just stalling here, taking a breather.
And folks, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go to newsletters. You'll see Basil opening call on the left-hand side. Basil, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you, Tom, and I'll be doing more of this tomorrow in my show.
Yeah. Stay right there, folks.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow. Dow's down 35, Nasdaq's off 72, S&P's off 100, S&P's off 12. So let's go take a look at a few of these IWM. Because what's happening here, just as Basil was talking there, there's no doubt you understand this. So pictures, he was long the Dow because he went in the Dow thinking that it's going to go, and then he did a triple shot in the S&P. That's an awesome trade, folks. Particularly, the way we are right now, because a couple of tigers are saying, it seems to me. So this market has been it's never easy. That's the wrong word to use. But from last January to even till a few weeks ago. My take is that it's been a great market to trade on the way down, on the way up. It's tricky right now. That's the bottom line. And that's why I suspect he probably put that on. Because you can see when we were talking about divergences, when I brought up the aspect of the S&P. Now, if I bring up the small caps also are an ABC structure down. That's how this thing is set up, man. That's what it looks like to me. You know, you can see yesterday you went down with 17 million. You're going up at 11 right now. That's telling me that thing wants to move downtown. You know, so that wants to move downtown. The Qs want to move downtown. We take a look at this is the IWO, same deal. So the IWM is the 5,000, Russell 5,000. No, it's the Russell 2,000. It's just a different ETF, I guess. But this wants to go downtown, you know. So, you know, my take is that's where we're going, you know. And the larger, so here, let's go back to the SPY for a second, because okay, so picture how this shakes out. You can go downtown, and we pull back, and you got to remember that the larger ABC up would still be, let me get this straight here now. No, it's the ABC down. Okay, so yeah, so we can, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, so I think we're going to go, I don't think we're going to make it all the way up to this 431. That's what it doesn't look like. So this will get intriguing, because we know that on the monthly, you're dealing with the larger ABC down. That's what we're dealing with here, man. So what does happen, if this starts pulling down, you're not going to have much time in December to basically get saved here. Yeah, we'll see where it shakes out, because the larger ABC down's in place, you know, and you can see it. I mean, this thing took out the B point, took it out with volume. The C point on this is all the way up to 431. So if we start turning here, and you turn here, if we turn here for like a week or 10 days, yeah, that'll be pretty hard to make our way back. That's the reality. Because what we are going to get here is that you're going to get tax selling. And, you know, it doesn't play in a huge way, but there are plenty of these equities that have been down so dramatically. If people want to swap out, this would be the time to basically swap out. You know, I heard Tommy this morning, we're talking about Generac. Oh, my God, Generac, you know, went from the price point of, what, $500 down to $100 or something. I mean, it's a monster number. And, you know, they have a product, but the other side of that is that, hey, guess what? A product, you know, none of these equities, folks, were worth what they were in the pandemic. That's the reality. That is the reality. Yeah, I want to go back to this Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac for a second, because this is a big deal. So, where are you? Right there. Okay, well, I'll find it again. But here's the point. Every time, so picture what happens here, folks, okay? This is where this gets so bizarre. And now, I've been hearing this and understanding it for almost 35 or 40 years now, which is so crazy. And what it is this. You have two different things going on, and you have had these going on for that long. The first one is affordable housing, that people can't afford housing, right? And that's a fact, okay? The second one has to do with the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and government-sponsored mortgages. And as they go up, what does that mean? Well, every time they go up, you know, you've heard me talk about this a dozen times, we're only worth what our signature's worth, folks. That's how it goes. Now, you know, and there's no doubt that we have plenty of tigers from New York and California, and they're saying the bottom line is that for $1 million, you only get a closet. And they're right. That's the same in Boston, okay? But what I want to talk about a little is this. What happens, which is pretty amazing, is that a FHA, you can come in with basically 2 to 5% down. So it's a mind blower that we start talking these monster numbers, and you can get a loan for it. Now, it has to basically appraise, but what does happen is that, you know, right now I suspect the appraisers are pulling back. My point more than anything is this. Housing's going to keep going up. Even if we pull back for a year, year and a half, 5 years from 6.5 years from now, housing will be 30 to 40% higher. That's the bottom line. Because the rent structure can support it. The rent structure right now, the mind blower right now, if you're looking at places, the mind blower right now is that there's plenty of places, and we're in a high demand situation down in St. Pete, but there's plenty of places, okay, that cash flow beyond belief at these prices. Because the structure of rents have gone up so dramatically. Because when they're building, that's the bottom line. I mean, that's how it comes down. And a lot of it, if you get a 3-bedroom, there can be 3 people, throwing in $1,500 a piece. You get $4,500. Well, it doesn't matter which way they get to that level. The bottom line is that is what is going on, And then the aspect of, hey, we'll see where it shakes out, but that's going to be intriguing watching this whole thing shake out as to, how the interest rate structure in general, where's it going to go? And my take is that we have at least another year. That's where I'm going with this thing. Because I think what we have happening right now, you're just starting to see the beginning of the squeeze. And what the squeeze means is this. The squeeze means, folks, that, we all got these, we got whatever we have, and then you got a little kitty to make sure you can keep your whatever you have, right? And as the squeeze comes in, that means that you can't make a mistake. And what does happen in an environment like this is that because, and this is just like the stock market, it's a bull of a bear. And then it's like, okay, do you get a fear of missing out, of jumping too quick, or do you hang back? The bottom line is that you should be hanging back. Because you know what? That saying, there's always another trade. Trust me, man. The bottom line, unless you have a deal that is extraordinary, which those are out there too. There's no doubt about that. And you'll see them. Those are out there. And most of the time, what that deal has to do, if it's a real estate deal, it has to do with you taking that real estate and doing something other than what you are buying it for. And there's deals that go like that. That's a different ballgame. But a straight out deal, I'd be careful. Dow Industrial's down 34, Nasdaq's up 72, S&P's off 11. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now just about flat. You got the Nasdaq down 63. S&Ps are off 7.5. Yeah, and we it's 1-0 the score right now. USA Iran, folks, and those poor guys from Iran, man. I'm telling you, if you didn't hear the story, folks, the bottom line, they didn't sing the national anthem in the first game. And the bottom line is that they sang it in the second because the retaliation is going to be or could have been insane. I mean, it'd be nice if you can go take a chartered jet and just take them all out of there instead of going home, because that's not going to be a good homecoming, man. There's no doubt. Let's go to Earl in Seminole. Hey, Earl, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tommy, Merry Christmas early, brother.
I like that. Merry Christmas, man. We might as well go to Happy New Year, too, man. Yeah, I like it. Totally.
Yeah, I'd like to have you take a look at Vail.
Yep.
It's in the metals.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at it. This is a monster. So you got a gap up today. We're coming after a B point. Let's see this, 1597. That's good. You got an ABC up, man. This is good. Okay. So...
Yeah, I just started playing it, and I like it because they produce everything in the metals.
They do. Yeah, let's just go over it so we can let the audience know. So what you have here, folks, okay, this is Vale. This is one of the largest companies in Brazil, okay? They have everything. You're talking about iron ore pellets, magnesium, gold, nickel, copper, aluminum, potash, you name it, they have it. But they also own the railroads and the maritime terminals, okay? So... they just got to hope that there's not too much corruption along the way, because that's what happens in Brazil all the time, unfortunately. But this is a good-looking chart. So this looks to me, you got an ABC up. Let me see, we got it. 50.
What's your up target for
So
it?
you got 350 gets you $18. The ABC is 18, okay?
That's what
so
I had to.
the ABC is 18. So the B point on this, folks, at 24 million. You're doing 30 out here. Now let's put this on a weekly. So on a weekly, what's that up there? Yeah, look at that. The swing's 1884. That's what. Yeah, you got action here, Earl. Let me see what they're saying out here. I wonder why this gapped up today. No, they're buying it. That's why it gapped, I guess. I mean. Yeah, no, this is a real trending stock here. Well, let's go look at iron ore. So out of all these things, that the metals that we looked at, folks, their biggest one is iron ore. And iron ore, there we go. Iron ore right now, okay, $769, okay, a ton. And, oh, this will be interesting. Let me see if this is an ABC up. No, it's not. But iron ore looks like wants to go to 882. And right now you're at 769. So, yeah, I think you get real action here. And, my bigger take, Earl, is that we're in a commodity market again, like we were from 2002 to 2011. That's what it looks like.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah. So, that's something you can ride. It really is. I mean, that's wait till you see this here. Watch this, folks. This is like insane how much money this company takes in. So they do. Look at this, man. $228 billion a year, a 57 billion a month. I mean, a quarter. Now what's interesting? You see this right here. For some reason, this quarter coming up, and this would probably kill the whole thing because this has been going down for a while. It's only $2.92 they're looking to make. And it doesn't go up that much next year. But that's going to be predicated on the prices of the commodities. So it's like the commodities move, bottom line, you get value is going to move higher also.
The sleeper, Tommy, is they're big platinum producers, too.
Okay.
And platinum is a sleeper, I think.
No, I agree, man. I mean, listen, here, let's bring platinum up because... let me see. Well, one second. Why is that? So if we look at this right now, we're going to pull up the ETF first. Actually, why don't I bring up... I'm going to bring up this... Okay, so here we go. So platinum, this thing has been... I mean, you probably remember, Earl, I mean, Andy Hyatt used to be a host here, folks, okay? And I remember interviewing him in the aspect that, platinum is always higher than gold, and there was no doubt. And it's like, guess what? It's been lower than gold for so long now, it's amazing. But I like this chart, Earl.
It's a sleeper.
Yeah, it is. No, I agree. No, I can see this. We're trading at, the 1,005. The swing point up here is 1339. Yeah, I can see this, man. And yeah, no, I think it's a good move, man.
It looks like a stock that, when flight to quality happens, Katie barred the door.
It is. The problem that I remember, I'm sure you remember it too, the bottom line is that, unfortunately, inside of Brazil, the corruption is high. Okay, it's a first world country. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. But they still can't get it together. I mean, they had the car wash deal. Petrobras, folks, should have been like Saudi Arabia, man. And they just burned it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, the real question is it cleaned up? I really don't know, but I know that when you look at these big monster stocks that are so cool, right? Like, why... They should go to the moon, man. I mean, they should, and they don't, And I learned that with Petrobras. I mean, if you don't know what happens with Petrobras, folks, okay, the bottom line, everyone was in on the deal. I think every president in Brazil was in on the deal and everyone else. So, but listen, I'd stay with Valley. Valley's a great stock. We traded a lot. I'd stay right there. Brazil itself is great. It's a commodity country, and... if you're even looking at their peso, folks, if we're right in the context, this is a commodity bull, any of those commodity currencies are going to go up compared to the U.S. dollar. That's just kind of how they shake out. So, hey, how do you like this weather today, Earl?
Oh, Tommy, I'm loving it. We're finally where Florida should be, in the sunshine.
And what's happening here, folks, is that it's about time. It's November 28th or 29th. But what we have out here today, it's like 80, but there's no humidity. I mean, you just can't believe how beautiful it is. Come on down.
They'll be closing the borders.
Especially for those guys out of Boston.
Yeah.
Earl, you have a great one, man. Thanks for the call.
Well, thanks, Tommy.
Okay, man. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
I like it. Get that Christmas tree up. Here we go. No doubt. Dow right now, folks, up down 17. Nasdaq's off 71. S&P's off 9.5. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Dow. Dow's down 40, Nasdaq's off 78, S&P's off 13. Let's see what this indice volume is going to come in like today. So NYSE, folks, it'll do over 860. You know, it did 860, yes. That's light volume, though. That's no doubt light volume. Inside the composite, we are at, that's going to be like 4.5 billion. That's not bad either, really. Let me look at this composite for a second. So, yeah, but the composite's right into it. Okay, so the composite's already broke the swing. The lowest swing of the composite is 10,975. Oh, we're right at it. Yeah, this is going to go fill the gap, man. That's how this list's shaking out. If we go to the actual ETF structures inside the SPY right now, we're dealing with 47 million, and the Qs we are dealing with 33. That's shot. That's shot volume. I mean, unless something really comes in big. We did 38 yesterday. And not only that, as a couple of tigers are saying, yeah, no one's on the market because of the game. Yeah, well, I could see this in the last hour. I mean, we haven't had any volume whatsoever. But the Qs are inside the lower range. Once you get inside that lower range, that's game. And, of course, if you go back to that good old U.S. dollar, this wants higher price again. And my take on this dollar, by the way, is that that's just a counter-trend bounce. If we take the whole, I'm curious what the whole thing is. Let's see what this whole, we take the whole leg. Oh, see, this is cool. Listen to this. Oh, this is cool. When we talk confluence, if you have time in the trade, you know, when we talk about confluence, we take two separate trends. Well, The full 0.382 is 108,987, okay? Write that number down, 108,987. Now watch this. It's 108 in the 200s, I believe. So your probability goes up dramatically that's where we're going. And it'll be in between those, but since we trade in equities and futures, that's going to be dynamite, man, because the bottom line is that gives you a spread 108,200 to 108,900. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great night, safe night. Come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 a.m. Wow! Go get it.